Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamson Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community. We can talk about all the things that we love. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're looking at Shadow of a Doubt, starring Teresa Wright, Joseph Cotten, MacDonald Carey, Henry Travis, Patricia Colling, Hume Cronin, Edna Mae Wonicott, and Charles Bates. This movie is a murder mystery, kinda. Starts out with a man named Charlie in New York City, and he seems depressed, and he wants to get away to see his family over in California. As he leaves his house, you'll notice that there are two men waiting across the street. They appear to be just across the street, but you later find out that they are investigating Charlie. There's been a series of murders on the East Coast of wealthy widows, and he is a suspect. There's one other person, but they hardly talk about the other suspect, and they never even show him. Now, over in California, they do introduce his family before he gets there, going through the children, the mom and dad, but most importantly, the eldest daughter, Charlie, who was named after her uncle, Charlie. I have a theory that this movie, and probably Alfred Hitchcock in general, inspired Stephen King. I only think that because the niece, Charlie, seems to have extrasensory perception. We're introduced to her when she's lying on her bed and she's just miserable, and she feels like nothing could cheer her up except for her uncle Charlie, and so she has the idea of sending him a telegram. She finds out later that he already sent a telegram to his sister, which would be her mom, that he was coming to stay. She wanted to send a telegram for him to come and stay, and it's brought up subtly in this movie. It's not something that's in the foreground. It's definitely in the background. And it could be reason that she just has very strong powers of deduction. But I think maybe Stephen King got the idea for what he calls psychic abilities shining. Because another thing is the niece, Charlie, continually has this waltz playing in her head. In the movie, no waltz-like music has played for everyone else to hear. It's just been in her head. And to demonstrate that it is in her head, it's great visual storytelling. It will show people dancing at a ball. This movie is filled with great visual storytelling. This movie, very well done. I like it far better than Saboteur. This movie is pretty polished. So there are those two things that kind of point to her having psychic abilities. Because the victims of these murders are wealthy widows, guess that they would hold balls, and at balls you dance to waltzes, and that's probably why she's hearing this music in her head. The men that were across the street from Uncle Charlie's place on the East Coast pose as poll surveyors of the regular American family. They're there to take pictures, and they're from the government too. It's all kind of weird. I think that would throw off most people, or at least I would hope it would throw off most people. Two guys from the government came to interview the family and take pictures. I don't see the purpose of the government doing that, especially when it's engaged in the act of subterfuge. Anyway, it's just a ruse for them to investigate family and try to see what they can dig up on Charlie without causing any alarms. But the first physical piece of evidence that tips off the niece, Charlie gives presents to everyone in the family, and what he gives her is a ring, and she notices there's an inscription in the inside. And later, with reading newspapers and hearing bits on the radio, she starts to wonder what's her uncle been up to. It becomes this great mystery story that also is a story of cat and mouse. It keeps you guessing, and you can put the pieces together yourself. That's the sign of a great mystery story. I love that. This movie kept me entertained through and through. I love watching it unfold before my eyes, and I love figuring out the mystery along with the niece. And it really makes you question, is Uncle Charlie innocent or not innocent? And you're going to have to watch it for yourself to find out, and I suggest you watch it on Blu-ray. Those are my thoughts on Shadow of a Doubt. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and live your imagination.